Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chika. So in today's video I'll be showing you how to make this peplum blouse. To make this blouse you first of all get your pattern paper, mark the starting points of your measurement. I've gone ahead to fold my pattern paper into two. So the first thing I'm going to draft out is the front panel of the blouse. Then here is me marking the starting point of my measurement. From those points now, I'll mark my neckline. The neckline of the front panel I want to use, depending on your choice, it's totally optional. You can use the neck depth you want. So for this blouse I'm going to be using 6 as the neck depth, and I'm going to be marking 17 as the half length because it's a peplum blouse, so I want the peplum to be attached from where I marked 17. So next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and mark the same thing on this batch. I'm going to mark my neck width. The neck width for this blouse is going to be 6 inches, so I'll mark half of that here. I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle across the two lines, the 2 points. From that rectangle, I'll find the midpoint of this 6, which is 3. From the 3, I'm going to draw a curve from that point to join this line, form a circular neckline. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out my shoulder points, shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement of this person is 14, so I'm going to mark half of that here. And from where I mark the shoulder measurement, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and mark the armhole measurement. The armhole of this person is 8. The armhole of this person is 16, so divide by 2. I'm going to mark half of that here. And from that 2 point, I'll connect it together. Also going to form my shoulder slant by connecting that point to the neckline. In this point I'm going to put the bust measurement. The bust of this person is 35. Divide by 4. No, we are marking just the, we are drafting the quarter part of the blouse. So that's 35 divided by 4. To get that, I'm just going to fold my tape into 4 places with the measurement. That's 8.9 inches. So where the armhole line stopped, I will mark my 8.9. And on this point on the hem line, I'm going to mark the waist. The waist measurement of this person is, the waist circumference is 30. Half of that is 7, a quarter of that is 7.5. I will mark my 7.5 here. But remember, we'll be adding that to the waist measurement. So in order to incorporate that, I'm going to add extra 1 inch, which will make it 8.5. So I'll mark my 8.5 here. So I'll be connecting the bust measurement directly to the waist measurement like this. I'm also going to connect the hemline together. The next thing I'm going to do is to find the midpoint of the armhole. So I made a mistake when measuring the armhole, so I'm going to correct that by increasing the armhole depth to 8. It wasn't up to 8 when I first measured it, so I'm just going to increase it to this point. Because I've done that, I have to remeasure the bust measurement. The bust measurement was 35 divided by 4, and that gave us 8.9. So I'm going to go ahead the armhole line and mark 8.9. So from that point, I'm going to find the midpoint of the armhole depth, which is 4. From the 4, I'll mark a curve to form my armhole. From the bust measurement to this point to find my armhole curve, like so. I'm going to go ahead now and mark my darts. With that, to get the darts, I'm going to find the bust point of my client, which is 10, and from that bust point, I'll come down by 2 inches, which is here. And on nipple to find the dart, distance between the darts, I will measure find the nipple to nipple measurement and divide by 2. For this person is 8, divide by 2, that will be 4. So I'll just mark that here and do the same to the hem. I'm going to connect that 2 points together like this. So remember we added 1 inch for the dart, so I'm going to take out that 1 inch for the dart leg, from the dart leg. And from that 1 inch, I'm going to connect that to the tip of the dart like this. So to make sure the armhole fits perfectly in the body, I'm going to reduce 1/2 inch from the armhole curve in the front panel so that it will be more balanced, it will be very balanced for the person. So to do that, I'm going to just, from that midpoint of the armhole measurement, I'm going to take 1/2 inch off. Because I've taken 1/2 inch off, I will create a curve to match, to incorporate that 1/2 inch I've removed, like so. You can see what I'm doing. So we'll have a new armhole curve. So this one is cancelled, not needed anymore. The next I'm going to do now is to add seam allowance all over the pattern. So in the hemline, I'm going to add 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm going to also be adding 1 inch seam allowance on the sides. I like to do that for most of my clients in case they need to adjust the clothes or they increase in size and it's needed to amend the clothes. It will be easy to amend when I add enough seam allowance by the side. I'm also going to add 1/2 inch seam allowance on the shoulders. This is to make sure that after joining the shoulders, the length of the blouse does not reduce as a result. Next, we'll just connect the lines as you've marked it together. Connect all the lines together. So this is the finished pattern for the front panel. Just go ahead and cut out everything. Let's use mats. So that is it for the front panel, guys. So to cut the back panel, just going to get a French pattern piece, fold that into two like I did for the front panel. I'll fold it into two. Then make it easier for you to cut, just collect the front panel you already drafted and place it on the back panel. But before, the difference between the front and the back panel is, in the back panel you have to make allowance for where you attach the zip, and you have to cut the armhole straight without removing without making the arm depth or armhole depth deeper like it is done in the front. I'm just going to go ahead and pin this into place. Before doing that, I'll just mark my 1 inch zip allowance in the back panel. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Go ahead and connect the lines to get the points together, the point you've marked together to form your zip allowance for the back panel. From that place you've marked, collect the center front of the front panel and pin it exactly on that line. It's very easy to do. All you need to do is to know the measurements you're working with and follow them strictly. And then remember to add your seam allowances to avoid running short of fabric when sewing. So I've gone ahead to pin my back panel and front panel. I'll just go ahead and trace all those points together. Trace the major markings. That's to trace the major curves and points from the front panel. But I don't want the neck depth of my back panel to be 8 inches, so to be 6 inches, so I'm just going to mark a new neck depth, and this one I'm going to make the neck depth 2 inches. I'm going to mark that right here. From that point, I'm going to draw a new neck curve for the back panel. Just watch what I'm doing. I hope you can see it. So that's it, guys. Just mark my dot line so it should be easy for me to I'll just go ahead and cut out the back panel from cutting the neckline. It's better to fold it so that you create the same neck curve on the neckline on the zip allowance. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Just fold it. The sense of this is to make sure that the zipper allowance, you don't have any issue fixing the zipper allowance because it's going to be the same measurement, the same design with the neckline. I hope you guys can see it. So after cutting the back panel from the front panel, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the excess fabric, excess allowance from the front panel armhole. Just cut it off, you don't need it now. You've used it already to draft your back panel. So just cut off the guys, this is what my front panel looks like. I will be slashing this dot line open. I'll be slashing it open to put my dot. This is what my back panel looks like. Before I open it, you have to slash through the zip allowance. There's no how it will be together, you know, because it was meant to provide a platform where the zip will be attached. So slash that open. So this is what the back panel looks like. I'm attaching my zip here. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Next, so guys, I've cut out the front panel of the dress from the front of the pattern from the fabric. I've also done the same for the back panel. So to cut the sleeve, to cut the flank, you have to fold your fabric into two like this, and then find the circumference of the waist measurement. The circumference of the waist of the dress, divide by 2. Half of it is what you're going to, half of the waist circumference times 4 inches, divide by 6.28. 10.2. So from the folded edge of your fabric, place your tape and mark circumference. Mark the 10.2 like this. Continue holding the tape in place like this and turn as you mark your 10.2. Continue holding the tape. Don't move this. Don't move the beginning of the tape. Just hold it in place and mark your 10.2. And connect that point together like this. So from those points now, you have to determine the length of the flay. The length of the flay is, for me, is 7, but I'll be adding 1 inch seam allowance. That will make it 8. Place the beginning of your tape from that cycle where the cycle started. Place it in, mark your 8 from here, and keep moving the tape slowly while marking the flay length at the same time. Keep moving it, move, mark, move, mark it, move, mark it. Connect the lines together, connect the marks together for easy identification. So guys, this is the flay for the peplum, and you see it's well formed. Well formed perfectly. Okay, I want the sleeve to be a flay sleeve as well. So in order to cause that short flay sleeve, I'll have to find the circumference of my armhole, divide it by 2. That will be 8. Then that's 8 multiplied by 4 inches, divide by 6.25. It gave me 5.1. I'll mark my 5.1 here. Fold at the fold, begin with the folded edge of the fabric. Hold the tape in place from the beginning and keep turning. Mark 5.1 as you slowly as you go. Keep marking 5.1. Hold the tape in place and keep marking 5.1. Slowly mark 5.1. And connect those points together like this. From that 5.1, I want the sleeve length to be 5, but I'll be adding 1 inch seam allowance. So I'll mark my 5 here. You put your tape from where you marked 5.1 and mark your sleeve length. Just move the tape gradually on that line and mark your sleeve length. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Move it gradually, mark your sleeve length. Connect those points together like this. And cut it out. That's it, guys. This will be the sleeve, and repeat, just use the same pattern and cut out the second sleeve. So that's it for the dress. Sew the piece together with lining. Hello guys, this is what the dress looked like after sewing. I trimmed down the sleeve towards the armpit area because I didn't like how big the flare was. So go ahead and do the same if you want the style. Otherwise, leave it as you cut it. I hope you guys like the outcome. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, leave a like if you appreciate the look. See you guys in my next video. Bye.